10 to 11 is the time. Labour Party's just announced that they will renationalise the railways. Crucially, they will take them back into public ownership as contracts expire. So Keir Starmer's objection to that policy was always the fact that he'd have to do a quasi-Kwarteng and borrow billions of pounds to pay off the companies that currently own the railways. But given that they are franchises that expire, and the franchises are owned by the government, as it were, I think, then when the contracts expire, you can then have a nationalised replacement, which means any profits either go into the Treasury or go back into the railways, or possibly even into the pockets of the people who clean them, staff them, guard them, and drive them. Because, and again, to nod back towards quasi-Kwarteng on Friday, you can give me a ton of money, that's great, but not train drivers or train cleaners, train staff. That would cause inflation. 10:51 is the time. And that conclusion, that reluctant conclusion that they haven't got a clue. Johnson's explanation in St John's Wood that you can only understand this if you see it through an ideological lens. It's so true. You can only understand this if you see it as belief. Why would Kwarteng not let us see the Office for Budgetary Responsibility's forecasts? Because they are going to... It'd be like having a camera at the bottom of the garden where he thinks the fairies are. We can't have a camera there because the camera might actually record the fact that there aren't any fairies, and then I wouldn't be able to tell everybody that there are fairies at the bottom of my garden. So don't let the light in, whatever you do, because they cling to the ideological belief. And the kindest thing I can say about them is that they seem to believe it. They do seem to honestly think. I don't think it's about smash and grab. I know Nick Abbott is developing the theory that they know they're going to lose the next election, and so they're just trying to trouser as much cash as they can for their sort of cronies and compadres. And it's a compelling theory. I bow to few broadcasters as low as I bow to the master that is Nick Abbott. But he's a more cynical man than me on this. I think they honestly believe it will, because otherwise there's no electoral or political sense to it. They think it will work. It almost certainly won't. And the fact that the pound's gone off a cliff when they were pretty confident that it wouldn't should be a cause for major alarm. But anyway, front page of the Daily Mail, Kwasi's boost for families. Everything's great. Everything's great.